All right, so we're good to go. So, good evening to everybody, both the newbies, the people who just joined in, and yeah, the old people as well. So, today we're going to be talking about pending orders, and I know a lot of people have been struggling with pending orders, right? When it comes to pending orders, a lot of people don't actually know which to use, right? This evening, I actually dropped a trade idea, and I told a couple of people to take it, and I saw that people were still doing the wrong thing, right? So one thing you need to know is, I think we start with the meaning of pending orders, right? I think we should start with that. Or I think I'm just going to explain in a way that everybody gets to understand. Now, on your MetaTrader 4, you're actually going to see there's market execution, right? I don't know, how many of you know we have market execution on MT4? We are still going to do practical, but I just want us to, let's just stop before we get started. So if you've come across market execution before on MT4, let me see you drop a 1. If you've seen market execution before while taking a trade, right, drop a 1. All right, so now we agree that we have market execution and we have other types of orders, right? We have the buy limit, we have the sell limit, we have the buy stop. We also have sell stop, right? So now, apart from market execution, every other thing you see there is a pending order. Now, what does pending mean? When you say something is pending, what does it mean? I don't know who can drop in the chat. For something to be pending, what does it actually mean? For something to be pending. Lily, can you see my screen? Lily Light. Lily Light, can you see my screen? Said she can. Okay, you can see it now. All right, great. So let me see. All right. So look at, right, until something happens, right? Market execution, it is happening right there, like immediately. So market execution, those are the kind of trades you actually take immediately, right? When the market expert or a trade signal is dropped and they tell you enter by market execution, what does it mean? It means you're taking it immediately. You open up your broker. If it's a buy, you're clicking on buy. If it's a sell, you're clicking on what? On sell. But now there's a reason why they tell you, okay, they can tell you buy euro, buy limit euro USD at a certain price. It's because the market expert or whoever is sending out that trade signal sees the trade as not ready to make that move, right? So it has to get to a certain point, right? You're awaiting a decision, right? The market has not yet decided to move, right? So it has to get to that point before it starts moving, right? So if you look at this, now you're going to see that there are different types of pending orders. Now, I know a lot of you have come across all these things. So what I wanted to do tonight is I just wanted to give us an example of all these things, like what it actually means. Like I said, I'm just going to break it down in the simplest form that everybody is going to understand. So like I said, pending orders, it means you can actually say waiting orders, right? You're still waiting for it to get there. It is not yet there. So you can't take a buy limit, right? So you guys should stop making a mistake of seeing a buy limit trade and you're already clicking on buy, market execution. It is very, very wrong, right? Because once you have a buy limit trade, it means the order is placed below market price, right? Look at this. We're going to take it one after the other, right? Buy limit means order is placed below market price, right? And market goes up. So let me look for a clear chart, right? Let me use this as an example. So now let's assume we have something like this. Something like this. So guys, just take note of what I'm doing, right? Just take note of what I'm doing. I'm going to use this current market as an example, right? So let's say you get a trade signal like this. Let's say you get a trade signal like this. Buy limit at 0.64083, right? What am I doing? 0.64083, right? This is the buy limit. And I give you something like this, TP1. TP1 0.64472, right? Let me say this is my TP1, right? Then I also give you what? TP2, something like this. 0.65. Then let's say SL. Right? Let's say this is SL 0.6. Now, guys, this is not a trade idea. I'm just trying to give us an example, right? So don't enter this. Don't actually take this. Okay. So let's say we got a trade idea like this. NZD-USD, buy limit, right? Just exactly how they send it. Buy limit at this price, right? So let's say this is an example of a trade signal that we actually get, right? So what that is to tell you is, if we go back here, what is it going to tell you, right? Buy limit means an order that is placed below price. Now, this blue dot here is, we are assuming this to be the current market price, right? This blue dot, right, is an order placed below the market price, right? You can see the order right here. And then the price goes up. So what does that mean? For the market to be above, or should I say for the order to be below the current market price, that's to tell you that the market has to do something like this. The market has to drop all the way down to your buy limit price before it keeps going up again, right? This is what a buy limit means, right? It has to drop, come here, activate, and put you what? In a buy, right? So if you are supposed to set your TP, TP is going to be somewhere, what did I give? 472, right? So let me just draw a line here, make it green, and let me just assume, right? Let me just assume this is your first TP, your second TP is here, right? SL is what? 0.3898, right? So your stop loss is going to be somewhere around where? 63898, right? Somewhere around this area is going to be your stop loss, right? So one thing you're going to notice is the market is not around the entry, right? This is the entry. This is where the market is. So it will be so wrong for me to enter a buy right here. It is going to be very, very wrong for me to take a buy here, right? At this area. It is very, very wrong. Now, people that make that mistake, what happens? The market might actually drop down to this place. And by the time it's dropping all the way down to this place, guess what? You've blown your account, right? You've blown your account. So you need to understand pending orders. You need to obey, right? Once they tell you buy limit, you shouldn't rush in because you saw buy, let me just click my buy button. After all, the market will still buy. It's very, very wrong. You can't keep doing that. And once you keep making that mistake, trust me, you're going to be blowing your accounts. Now, this is for when they give you what? They actually give you the instruction buy limit. Now, there are some cases, there are some times where you don't actually get what? The instruction as buy limit, right? Where you don't actually get the instruction as buy limit, right? So let me tweak this up a bit, right? Let me actually give you guys this. So what if you had a case like this? What if you had something like this? Let me just tweak this up a bit. Let me just, let me give you another idea. Let me show you something that you might see, right? Just hold on. Coming, just hold on. Let me just, all right. So something like this. Something like this. Now, sometimes you might get your trade idea to look like this. Just hold on. Let me correct this. Then I think I'll still go down to kindergarten level. Just hold on. Let me just set this up real quick. 65885. Right? 65885. 6580. Okay. Now, what if you get a trade signal and it looks something like this, right? It looks something like this. They tell you NZD USD buy at 0.65000. Now, what some people normally do is, oh, NZD USD buy. Guess what? They've gone to click on buy without looking at the market price, right? Without looking at the entry price, they've gone to click on buy. They've already clicked the button. And everybody is shouting, oh, I'm in red, I'm losing money. Someone says, I can't see my screen. I'm going to stop sharing, then I'll share again, right? So tell me if you can see my screen. Right, so if you can see my screen, just let me know. Seeing it, Abby? All right, so this is it, right? You see NZD USD buy at 0.6500. Now, the first thing you are supposed to do before you take a trade signal, right? Once you go on your MetaTrader 4, the first thing is you want to look for what? The pair. We are still going to do this practical. I'm just giving you guys a, should I say, an example of what this is. I'm still going to tell maybe two people to share screen, maybe one person using an Android, one person using an iPhone, so that you can actually see it's the same thing, right? There's no difference. So they've told you to buy at what? 0.65000. Now, what's the market price? The current market price as we speak, right? What's the current market price? Current market price is what? Is current market price is what? 0.65493, right? Look at it here. Those of you using TradingView, you can actually check TradingView, right? 0.65494. And this is way higher than what? It's higher than the entry, right? They told me to buy. So in the normal sense or reasoning, you're supposed to know that for me to buy at 0.65, right? This market would have to drop down to what? 0.65, right? It will have to come down to 0.65. At this area is where I want to do what? Is where I want to enter for a buy, right? At this area is where I want to enter for a buy. So once you enter for a buy here, Now you set your take profit one at the top, TP2 where above, right? So it's not every time that somebody is going to tell you, oh, it's a buy limit, oh, it's a sell limit. You're supposed to know once you open up your chart, right? Where's the entry price this person called out, right? What's the number? Oh, 0.65. Where's the market at currently? The market is still above 0.65. What does that tell me? That tells me that I should do what? It's going to look like this, right? If the entry is at the bottom, the price at the bottom, that means the market will have to sell down to the entry and what? And buy. So what I should be selecting is what? Is a buy limit, right? Once you have this picture in your head, right? Once you open up your chart, you already know what to do, right? You already know what to do. Now, as far as the person or the educator or whoever is dropping the signal says buy, you're supposed to consider two options, right? It's either you're considering a buy limit or you're considering a buy stop, right? Now I'm going to actually talk about buy stop. But buy limit, like I said, is an order that is placed below. Now I'm going to show you guys one more time before I go over to buy stop. So the entry price I said was what? 0.65, right? The current market price is what? 0.65487. It's still above the entry by 48 pips, right? Still above the entry by like 48 pips. So it means that for me to take this buy at this price, I need to wait for the market to sell down to this buy limit price, right? To this entry. And for it to get to this price that was called at, right, I need to understand that any order that I am setting below the market is called what? A buy limit, right? So once you have that in your head, you don't have an issue, right? You already know the market should be able to drop. And once it drops, that is when you're taking your buy. Now, setting a buy limit, or should I say setting a pending order, actually saves you the stress of watching your chart like every single minute, right? In the normal sense, we're supposed to watch this chart and until we see what? We actually see the market selling, right? But we have pending orders so that we don't actually waste our time watching the chart, right? We just set this automatic, it's actually automatic, right? Because once the market gets there, it does what? It puts you in that buy trade without you even knowing, right? So the market is supposed to sell, come down to the buy limit you just set, right? And it's expected to move up. Does everybody understand? Or is there any other person still confused? I'll take it again if somebody is still confused. All right, but if you understand buy limit, just drop a 1 and let's move over to buy stop. Exactly, BVO, like a pullback move. All right, so if there's any other question, drop 2 or drop, oh, Morgan, take it again. All right, no problem. Reggie, now we have not reached how to set the order. We're still talking about the explanation, right? Forget about setting the order for now. We're still going to do that. I just want you to understand the meaning of buy limit. Take it again, please. All right. So one more time. One more time, right? So look at it. Buy limit is an order placed below price, right? The blue dot is the market price, the current price of the market you're looking at, right? I said NZD/USD. This is the current market price. Look at it this way. Let me do it over here, right? So that we don't get confused. Look at this. Okay, good, right? The picture has a blue dot. So let's have our own blue dot here, right? Current market price. Look at it. Look at it. Now, look at this. This is where the market is. And look at this picture. Right? The blue dot is where the market is, right? The market has to sell to where you set your buy and it starts going up, which is the same thing here, right? The buy entry was what? 0.65000, which is somewhere around here, right? 0.65000 is somewhere around here. So for me to take this buy, it means that the market would have to drop all the way to that price and what? Start buying. If they tell me to enter at 0.65000, why am I going to enter at 0.65473? Right? That is very, very wrong. Right? So instead of me entering at where the market is, I rather set a pending order at 0.65000. Then every other thing follows, right? I set my TP1, right? I set my TP1, I set my TP2, my SL, stop loss is already set. So now what is going to happen is that the market will actually make the move, right? Let me show you guys what I'm trying to talk about. So the market might do this. Right? So just look at it this way. So the market has to what? Sell all the way to this place. And if it hits this price, hits your take profit 1, right? Hits take profit 2. This is exactly what I mean. Hope everybody understands. Morgan, Ernest, Regina, hope you understand it now. Pocket options is HFX, right? You can actually set that on pocket option. I think pocket option has something like that. If you're trading HFX, maybe you're expecting price to hit somewhere, right, and sell or buy. I think you have that option, but let's focus on this. Don't talk about pocket option now, right? You can handle that on another day, right? So Vanessa, Regina, hope you all understand. So this is a buy limit example. Just know that, right, price would have to sell down to that entry before it starts buying, right? Now, the trades can come in 2 ways. It's either they tell you on the trade signal, right? It's either they tell you to buy, right? Or it's either they tell you to do what? Enter a buy limit. In cases where there is no buy limit, right? Look at your chart. Funke, nice question. I mean, okay, that's amazing, right? So now, Funke says, is it possible to execute a sell from where the market is before getting to the entry call? No, it is not possible. I wouldn't even advise it because this is what might happen, right? Because they said buy limit here and the market is supposed to drop to that entry price, doesn't mean you should enter a sell to enter this buy here. What if the market keeps going up, right? And doesn't come to the buy limit price? Remember, buy limit is what? You're awaiting. What's the definition? Awaiting decision. It doesn't tell you, oh, let me take a sell now. You're still awaiting decision. So don't make that mistake, right? If it's a buy limit, even if the market is supposed to do it, to come down before going up, there is no reason you should enter a sell. Don't take a sell, right? Just set your buy limit and allow it, right? Because you don't want to make that mistake of entering a sell and expecting the market to come to your buy limit and the market keeps buying up, right? Now, guess what? You're losing on that sell trade, right? So it's best you just protect your money, follow the instructions, and right, the trade hits your buy limit and everybody is happy. All right, so let me do something. I want to actually look for let me look for one of the signals that was dropped. What if the pending order didn't go as planned, meaning it didn't hit the buy limit? What happens? If it doesn't hit your buy limit, cancel the buy limit, right? Cancel the buy limit. This is another smart question. What if the market doesn't hit the buy limit, right? Let's say the market did something like this. let's say the market did something like this. It pulled back, right? But it didn't hit the buy limit. It started buying, right? It started buying instead. Guess what? If it doesn't hit the buy limit, what am I supposed to do? I cancel the trade. I cancel the buy limit. Why? Because you might forget the buy limit there, and guess what? The market might come down, right? The market might actually come down and might not hit this, and might hit the buy limit, but what? It doesn't go up, right? It goes straight to your stop loss. Guess what? You still lost money, right? So what I actually do is, if I see that, oh, the trade did not activate and the trader has already gone far, I just do what? I just cancel the buy limit and avoid losing money, right? Even if it comes back down. Maybe if it's coming back down, the intention of the market is not to go up, but to actually go down, right? So it's best you cancel it if it's not actually activated. Moin, can we place 2 pending orders? Probably if we have 2 entries. Yes, you can do that. Yeah, you can set 2 pending orders for a buy. Then set one as TP1, set the second one as TP2. Yeah, you can do that. So I'm trying to look for a trade, right? Trying to look for a trade idea. So let me share screen, and I want you guys to see this. All right, so I don't know, can you guys see this trade signal that was dropped? I think it was dropped 8:16 p.m. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see my screen? 8:16 p.m. All right, so look at this trade idea, right? This was actually specified. They told us buy limit at 105.218. Now this is crude oil or US oil, right? Crude oil or US oil. We're going to actually try it on demo account, but let me show you guys something, right? So once you see it as buy limit, it's already defined. They've told you what to do. So you don't need to be confused. All you're supposed to do is what? Go to MetaTrader 4, look for what? XTI USD, or look for what? Oil, crude oil, US oil, they're all the same thing, right? Enter your buy limit price as what? 105.28. Your stop loss is what? 104.5. Take profit is what? 109.08. Straightforward, right? Now let me look for another trade, right? Let me look for another trade idea that had limit, buy limit, exactly. Look at this. Now look at this. Look at gold, right? From FX Pro LDS. Now they actually said what? Buy limit, it's here, right? Buy limit, this was the instruction. XAU USD 1865.37, right? So now if I wanted to take this trade, right, what I'm doing is what? On my MetaTrader 4, I'm looking for gold, right? So let's assume this is my MT4, right? Although we are still going to try it out. So this is my MT4, right? Now, they told me to enter at what price? Who can remember? The price that they told me to enter is what? 185.37. 185.37. The first thing I'm supposed to do is, where is 185.37 on my chart? Is it above the market or is below the market? Right? The market is already at 1884, right? So they told me to enter at what? 1865. 1865 is around here. 1865, right, is somewhere at the bottom here, right? 1865 is somewhere at the bottom, right? So this tells me that the educator is expecting something like this, right? This is where the market is. The educator is expecting the market to do this, right? Sell to this entry and do what? And start buying, right? This is what the educator is expecting. Oh, stop this. The educator is expecting this kind of movement, right? Suspecting the market to sell first and do what? Hit your buy limit, your entry point, and start buying. Now, every other thing still remains, right? Stop loss is at 1860.91, right? 1860.91 is somewhere around where? Somewhere around this area. Let me just say somewhere here. Right? Let's say this was your stop loss. Let's say this was your stop loss. 1860.91. Let's assume that was your stop loss. Now, let me actually show you guys what really happened, right? If you guys took the trade, you know that this trade activated, right? This trade hit take profit. The market was somewhere around here when this trade was called out, and it did what? You can see that the market actually made this movement. It came down to where? Came down to the buy limit. It activated and what? Shot all the way up. Now, if I was to set my take profit, right? Take profit was 1886.87. 1886.87 is where? This is it. Sorry, what am I doing? This is it here, right? This is it. So the market sold, came down to the buy entry, the buy limit. It did not hit your stop loss. The market actually played around, and what happened? Straight to take profit, right? That is how you would have taken the trade. How did you get the blue line? It's here, right? Come to this area, horizontal line. It's here. Just click on it, drop it anywhere. You can change the color, right? That's how I got it. So this is exactly what you should be doing. Buy limit, the market was here. Let me show you guys a replay, right? Let me show you guys a replay. Look at this. Just look at this. This is a buy limit, right? If you want me to name it, I am still going to name it, right? If you want me to give it buy limit, I'll name it here so that everybody will understand. Buy limit, let me make the size big. Okay. I'm going to answer that. I'm coming, Kingsley. So look at, right? This is where the market is. Now I'm expecting the market to do what? Come here and shoot up. So watch this. So I'm actually replaying what happened in the market. I hope everybody can see. Right? See, the market is selling down. It's trying to come down here. Are you seeing? It touched the buy limit. And what happened? It activated here. You can see this candle actually touched the price. You can see it activated. It touched the buy limit. It came down. It should have been in negative. It has not yet hit your stop loss, right? It's still playing around this area, right? You'd have been in profit, you'd have gone out of profit. But this is exactly what happens when you set a pending order, right? You see, it's now buying. You're now in profit. Just watch. Boom, take profit, right? Just like that. That is exactly what happens when you set what? Your pending order. That's how the market moves, right? So I hope everybody understands buy limits so that we can move over to something else, right? I hope you understand buy limits. Right, everybody's good to go. Kingsley, at what point can we terminate buy limit. I just said it before. If you can terminate the buy limit, if you see that the market got towards the buy limit price and already left, right? Let's say something like this happened, right? Look at this. If this was my buy limit price over here, right? The market sold, right? Came close to the buy limit price, but didn't activate. And the market has already done what? Moved, right? The market has already made the move. I'm going to cancel this buy limit because it's no more valid. Once the market has left this area, right, just cancel the buy limit order, right? So that you don't make the mistake of having the market do what? Calm down, right? Reverse, thinking it's going to go from here. But what happens? It hits stop loss and you've lost money. So once it leaves that area, forget about the trade. Don't take it, right? Just forget the trade. Then wait for another trade signal. So that is that for buy limit. Now let's talk about buy stop, right? So I'm equally going to show us, I think I'm going to use the example that was dropped today, right? I think it was FX Pro. Was it FX Pro Alpha? Who dropped it? USD CHF. I don't know if you guys can remember that trade signal that came. USD CHF. What if it hits the stop loss before hitting TP1? What happens? You're out of the trade. It's new. You're out of the trade. If it hits stop loss before hitting TP1, you're out of the trade, right? I'm looking for the USD CHF trade idea. I don't know who. Right? I think was it here? All right, here. This is it. Right? This is it. This is the trade. So yeah, proper risk management. Remember, use your small lot size. If you hit stop loss, you're not losing more than what you can afford to lose, right? So USD CHF was called at 6:50 p.m. Let me just show you guys, because I know I told a couple of people to take the trade and people were actually making mistake, right? People are actually making a lot of mistake. So let me look for 6:50, right? All right, so this should be around here. So let me show you guys the mistake you made, right? So this should be around, I think this candle, 6 o'clock, 6:50 here. All right, so now watch. Let's see what you guys did wrong. So the market was around here. It was around here at 6. Sorry, this is 4 o'clock, not that. Was that 4 o'clock? Let me see. What? 18:50, right? Okay, 6:50 p.m. Yeah. So that's somewhere around here. 6:50. Let me just put the replay marker here. All right, so this is it, right? So the market was around here at that time, or should I let me use 15 minutes time frame, right? So just hold on, let me see. I'm trying to look for the exact time that happened. Okay, let me use 6:45. Perfect. Right? 5 minutes before that happened. Right? 5 minutes before that happened. Right? So 6:50, what happened? We got a trade signal, and this was the order, right? Buy USD CHF at, what's the price? 0.9846, right? 0.9846. Now I'm going to draw an entry line, and I'm going to put the entry number there. 0.4846, right? This was it, right? So now what was the stop loss? Stop loss was what? 0.9816. Stop loss, I'm going to make it red, right? Because red, that's a dangerous color. 0.9816 was the stop loss, right? This was our stop loss. Now, what was the take profit? I hope you guys are following. Take profit was what? 0.9906. That's the take profit, right? 0.9906. I'm going to make it green because, of course, green is take profit, right? That's the color, right? 0.9906. Now, who can tell me what they notice here, right? They told us to buy at the blue line, but tell me, where's the market? Is the market above the entry price or below the entry price? Is the market above or below the entry price? Market is below, right? Now, where is the order we are setting? The order we are setting is what? Above the market, right? Order set above the market because the market is below. So now if I go back to this, who can tell me what we are supposed to take? What we are supposed to set? What are we supposed to set? We're supposed to set what? Buy stop. Why? Because the order is placed above market price, right? And price keeps going up. Look at the market is below. This is the order, right? Now look at this. The market is below. This is the order, right? So this is a buy stop. Now, when I drop that trade signal, right? Most people already entered buy. Most people clicked on the buy already without looking at what the market is doing, without looking at where they called out, right? Because they said buy, right? You see, they didn't actually tell you if it was a buy limit or a buy stop. They didn't actually tell you. They only gave you the entry price. So what you're supposed to do is what? Look at your chart. Where is the market? Where is the entry price? The entry price is above the market price, right? So what am I supposed to do? I set a buy stop. Now, look at this. Let's assume this is the trade, right? I'm only using this to actually show you guys that this trade, I think on my own, it didn't activate. I don't know if you guys had your trade activate because me, I didn't have this trade activate. So now we're actually going to play this trade and let's see if this market activated, right? So I'm playing and look at the candle movement. Boom. This is the mistake some people make, right? You just enter a buy because, oh, they told me to enter buy, and you expect, okay, yes, even if it's supposed to activate or it's supposed to still keep buying, what happens? The market did the opposite thing. It sold, it hit stop loss. Those of you that took the trade straight up, this is what happened to you, right? You actually just lost for no reason, right? You just lost the trade for no reason. You just lost the trade for no reason, right? Now, once you're going to notice on your broker has spread, right? So even if it shows he activated, I think he touched the line, but on your broker, it didn't actually hit the entry. What broker is that? Adefunke. It didn't actually hit the entry on brokers. On your XNext, FXWay, nah, it didn't activate. It did not activate, right? I think I have pictures of. Let me actually show you guys this. I'm going to forward pictures of people that took trades, and we are going to see where they had it wrong. Right? You're going to see the silly mistakes people were making. All right, so just give me a minute. Let me show you guys something real quick. Just hold on. All right, so just hold on. Let me, okay, OBJ Africa. I'm just gonna post it here. All right. Right. So let me actually prove to you guys that this trade did not activate. Let me actually prove to you guys that this trade did not activate. All right. So what was the entry again? The entry was what? The entry was what? 0.898460, right? Zikora Miles. That no, I'm not going to talk about that today. That one is too complex. Right. Let's understand this four. Then I'll actually talk about those ones another day. Right. So look at the entry is what 0.98460. Let's go to Telegram and see the silly mistakes people were making. Look at this. What was the entry? 0.98 what? What was the entry? Can somebody remind me? 0.98 what? Just what's the entry again? Sorry, hold on. 0.98460. But look at this. Somebody went to buy at 0.98376. Is this 460? Why make the mistake of what? Rushing into the trade? Why not wait for the market to get to your entry? And see, this person lost how much? $4.50, because this person simply didn't what? Activate what? Buy stop. Look at somebody that activated buy stop. What's this? This one even activated what? 679. This person did okay. Okay, look at it here. The first trade, right? 0.98460. This trade did not activate. It is still here in pending orders. Now, are you actually saying, yeah, Prince, I can see this is it here. USD CHF. Look at it here. This trade did not activate. But one thing that happened is that everybody that rushed in lost money. Look at this one. 0.98460. This person is taking 0.98250. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? We are the ones actually being careless with our money, and when we keep blowing accounts, we say, oh, Forex thing is hard, it's hard, but you can't simply follow instructions. 0.98460, that's where you're supposed to buy from, but you're entering from where? 250, and you're already in loss. Now imagine you didn't have a stop loss on this trade. Guess what would have happened? If you didn't have a stop loss on this trade, this is what would have happened to you. You rush to enter from somewhere here. See where this market drops. This is like $4. You've lost $4 of your money, right? If you're using this thing, Bonnie, can you send a screenshot of your trade? Send a screenshot of your trade to OBJ Africa. You're unactivated. Can you send a screenshot? Let's look at yours, right? Because I know that those of us using XNext, this trade did not activate. This trade didn't activate, right? This is not even XNext. Are you seeing? This is not even XNext, and it didn't activate. So Bonnie, send a screenshot of your trade to OBJ Africa Genius. Let's take a look at your trade, right? FXW activated. Are you serious? Nah. Wonderful. The only reason this trade would activate, I think probably you actually set it maybe when the candle shot up or something. I don't know, but I don't really know. This trading activate. Who else is this? I don't know. FXW activated, right? Mine didn't activate. It was still my trade was still here. Like when I saw that big red candle, I had, yeah, peep difference. Exactly. Maybe because of spread. Yeah, mine didn't actually activate because when I checked, I saw the red candle on TradingView and I rushed to my broker, right? My USD CHF was still right there. So Bonnie, I think yours was your spread. I think, yeah, you actually did the correct thing, but your spread was the reason. But for all these other people that entered before price, right? This is very, very wrong. This is very, very wrong. Your entry should be what? 0.98460, right? 0.98460, like Bonnie's own, right? Even if, yes, it still came and hit stop loss, you know that you did the correct thing at the end of the day, right? It's not as if you're doing something wrong and you lost money for doing something wrong. This is you actually doing it right. And what happened? Because of news, the market moved like haywire, right? So Bonnie, you actually did the right thing, and yeah, it's because of your spread and the trade activated, right? So guys, hope you've actually learned something, right? Hope you've actually learned something. So, right, once you get a trade idea like that, I know why your trade activated, Bonnie. Look at this. Now, guys, look at this, right? Bonnie, let me show you your own mistake, right? Everybody made mistake. Let me actually show you your own mistake here. Guys, just look at this, right? Look at this. Look at this. It's not peep difference anything, right? It got here, the trade did not activate. Look at what happened. The market pulled far away from the entry. In the normal sense, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to cancel your pending order, right? You're supposed to cancel this pending order after seeing this huge drop, right? I'm not supposed to take it. The market missed my entry, so I'm not taking it. It has already hit stop loss. Now look at what Bonnie did wrong. She was still in that pending order. And this is what happened. She was still in the pending order. Boom, this is what happened. Are you seeing? After the market came down, a long candle, can you see this candle wick? It came and activated the trade and did what? Hit stop loss again. Bonnie, that's why you lost money, right? It's not because of spread or anything. This is the reason you lost money. Your pending order was still there, right? The market missed this entry, came down, right? Came back up, activated your trade, came back to stop loss. That is why you lost money, right? So it's very, very important that once you set your pending order, if you notice that the market missed your entry, what I do is what? I cancel it, right? I actually cancel the trade. If you can look at this one. The markets came, but it didn't activate. But look at this one, the wick entered. The wick activated and what? It came up then, all the way down. So I think this is why you lost. And for every other person that entered the wrong way, hope you've taken note, right? Don't do it next time. So I hope everybody understands buy stop, right? Buy stop is simple. The market is not yet there, and you're expecting what? You're expecting the market to buy to that point, right? Buy stop, the market is not yet there, right? This is what buy stop means. Let me just show you guys one more time, and we'll move over to the sales. Then we go to MT4. We're just going to take some practical examples, right? Practical examples, then will be good. So this is it, right? So buy limit and buy stop is this. The market is below the entry, right? They tell you to buy, and the price they are telling you to buy at is above the market price, right? So for you to take this trade, you know that the market is going to do what? It's going to buy up to the entry, right? And keep buying till it hits what? Take profit. This is what whoever sent the trade signal is expecting, right? So buy limit it buys from where the market is, right? Goes to the entry, it activates at the entry, which is your buy stop, keeps buying to what? Take profit. That is exactly what buy stop means, right? The order is placed above the price, and what? Price keeps going up. This is it right here, right? So everybody understands buy stop, buy limits. Let's move to sales. Then we take 1 or 2 examples and we are done, right? I just want to make sure everybody understands, right? This is NFP week, so don't just set your trades and like forget about it, right? You need to be very, very careful. If possible, don't trade till Monday, right? Because it's very, very, very crazy. When giving a trade idea, what time frame should we be looking at? For me, I don't actually look at any time frame, right? If you're not experienced, right, for the newbies, once a trade signal is given, I know that you don't know what exactly you should be looking at. So for the market expert or whoever is sending out the trades should say buy, there should be a reason why I am taking this buy with this person providing the signal. So if I don't know how to analyze, I don't know anything about analysis, I don't know anything about time frame I should be looking at, I just set the trade, and guess what? If he hits take profit, he hits take profit. If he doesn't hit take profit, he hits stop loss. But guess what? Right? My stop loss, my lot size is something I can risk. So even if he hits stop loss, I am not bothered, right? So the newbies, you might not know any about analysis or anything like that. So what you should just do is just copy the trade idea and you're good. Small lot size, don't over leverage. And let me see, if the market misses its entry, you can cancel it so that you're going to wait for another market pairs to come again. Exactly, right? If you misses the entry, there are so many trade signals dropping. Take another trade signal, forget about that one. Even if people are saying, yes, it's in profit, guess what? Don't enter a trade because of FOMO. FOMO means what? Fear of missing out, right? Don't enter a trade because of FOMO. Instead, take another trade signal. Even if it hits TP10, right? Be disciplined, take another trade signal. So everybody understands pending orders for buys, right? So let's look at the sales real quick, right? If you understood for buys, let's look at sales real quick, right? Who understands? Can we continue? Can we proceed? Do we understand? Can you like drop a yes or understood? Let me know so that we can move on. Understood, right? Yes, please. All right. So we are done with the buys. Now let's look at sells, right? So let's start with sell limit. Now, sell limit is the opposite of what? Buy limit, right? Now, one thing you guys should know is that once a trade signal says buy, you have 2 options, right? You have 2 options. In fact, you have 3 options. Let me explain. If they are telling me to buy at 100, right? If they tell me to buy at 100, I open up my chart. I see the market at what? 100. I see the market at 101. Or I see the market at 99. What am I supposed to do? I can actually take what? I can take that trade as what? I can take it as a market execution because it's close to entry, right? Where I am using pending orders is if the market is far away from that entry, right? The entry is what? The market is at the top here, right? And I want to buy. I have to wait for what? The market to come to that entry. But guess what? If I see the market around what? My entry point, a market execution is all right, right? A market execution is all right. That's why I'm emphasizing that before you take a signal, know where the market price is. Is it close to the trade signal they give me? Is it close to the entry, right? If they tell me to enter at 18000 and I see it at 1799, right? 1799 is close to 1800. I can enter that as a market execution, right? But the only time you're using pending orders is if the market is far from that entry, right? If the market is far. So now let's look at sell limit. Sell limit is an order placed above the market price. And what happens? The market goes down. Now, I'm going to use the same chart as an example, right? I'm going to use the same chart as an example. So now, let's assume we wanted to sell USD CHF. USD CHF sell, right, at 0.98, right, 460, right, 0.98. Why am I always making this mistake? 0.98460. Let's assume this is what we wanted to do, right? 0.98460. 460. Right? Right. USD CHF sell 0.98460. Now you can assume, you can all agree, right? We can all agree that the market is not yet there. Now, in the case of what do you call it? Let me change this to my TP, right? Let me change this to my TP. Then let me do this. Let me use this as my stop loss. Let's just assume, right? Right. So I'm going to assume this is my stop loss. Sorry, TP, then stop loss at the top. Right, TP at the bottom, stop loss at the top. So they told me to take a pending order just like this, right? Let me put my TP here, right? So that it's going to make sense. So now look at sell limit, order placed above the price, and price then goes down, right? You know that they've told you to sell. So you're considering two options. Is it a sell limit? Is it a sell stop? Right? These are the two options you consider. So the first thing you have to do is what? Look at where the market is. They are telling me to sell at this 0.98460. The market is currently at what? 0.98331. This is where the market is. So what the person that sent the trade idea is expecting is that the market comes here, right, and does this, sells to your take profit. This is exactly what we're looking for, right? If we're looking for sales, this is exactly what we're looking for. So like I said, it's not every time they are going to tell you, oh, sell limit, sell stop. They're not going to tell you. You looking at the chart, you should be able to tell what I am supposed to use, right? So now the market is below order, right? It's below entry. So I'm expecting the market to buy to this point and what? Sell. So now, if I was supposed to play this, right? If I was supposed to play this, this is what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like. Look at this, what it's going to look like. Something like this. Right? So if I play this, let me remove this. So if I play this now, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it's supposed to look like. Right? It got here, it activated, came down, right? Cut. Your trade is in profit. This is what sell limit looks like. Hit take profit. Right? This is what a sell limit looks like. The market bought, activated, what happened? It sold, right? Just like this. Something like this is what a sell limit looks like. So you might do a mistake, or you might have this mistake of what? Of going to enter a sell, right? From here. Quite all right. Sometimes it might play in your direction, but it doesn't mean you should do that every single time, right? Once they tell you sell at a certain price, do what, right? Just set a sell limit, right? Or if you see the market close to the entry, right, you can take a market execution. But if the market is far from the entry, always what? Just go with your sell limit. So this is exactly what sell limit looks like, right? So if we're talking about sell stop, right? If we're talking about sell stop, I can also show you guys that sell stop now is an order placed below the price and price keeps going down, right? The market is what? It's above. The entry is now where? Below the market price, and the market keeps selling. I'm still going to use USD CHF as an example, right? I still use USD CHF as an example. Now look at this. Look at this. Something like this. Let's say our sell is now 0.97, right? 97942. This is where we're supposed to sell at. This take profit, right? This is stop loss, right? When we're selling, stop loss is above, right? Take profit down because the market is supposed to come down. So now this is it, right? This is it. So I'm rewinding to this point, right? So this is what happens in a sell limit, right? They told you to sell and the entry that was called out is below the market, right? This is where the market is, right? Most people make the mistake of doing what? Entering a sell at this point because they feel, oh yes, it's going to come down after all. No, what if the market keeps buying, right? If the market keeps buying, you're going to be losing money. And in your mind, what you're going to say is, oh, the educator called a sell. Why does it keep going up, right? Why is it going up? Right? So you don't want to make that mistake, right? You don't want to enter a sell market execution when they give you an entry price, right? Now, what you're supposed to be expecting is what? You're supposed to expect the market to come down to this point first before what? You take a sell, right? If you want to enter market execution, right? The market should be around your entry first before you sell, right? So this is what happens if you would have taken this for a sell stop, right? This is what this trade would have looked like, right? So this is my TP, my stop loss. This is my TP. The green line is my take profit. So let's actually play it and you actually understand what happens when we are supposed to do what? When we're supposed to take a sell stop, right? When we're supposed to take a sell stop. This is exactly what happens. Boom, right? So just like that, you should allow the market do what? The market should be able to play out, come to your entry and what? Drop to your take profit, right? That is the meaning of what? Sell stop, right? So let me know in the chat box, does everybody understand, so that we just move into maybe we'll just take an example for buy limit, then we'll take an example for, right, sell limit, right? Does everybody understand? Does everybody understand? So now let me give you guys a quick test, right? I just want to give you guys a quick test. So let's assume we had this, right? Let's assume we had, let's say this point is, let me hide this, right? I just want to test our knowledge if we're actually following. So I have this black line, right? And I have this line up here. So let's say this line up here represents 100, right? Say it represents 100. And let me make it so big. Right, let me make the color, let me make the color red. Right, so this is 100 here. And we actually have this one as 0. Right, we actually have this one as 0. I just want to see who is going to get it right or who is going to still get it wrong. So we have 0 here. Just hold on, let me see, 0. All right, So now let's say we actually have 2 points, right? We have 100 and 0. Now, if I give you, if I tell you to sell at, if I tell you to sell the market as, now guys, look at the green here is your take profit. The red here is your stop loss, right? If I tell you to sell at 60, if I tell you to sell at 60, what pending order are we supposed to take, right? If I tell you to sell at 60, what pending order are we supposed to take? Now look at the blue dot represents the market. What pending order are we supposed to take? If I tell you to sell at 60, right? What pending order are we supposed to take? Are you sure it's a sell stop? Are you sure it's a sell stop? I need more answers. I've seen another answer. I'm telling you to sell at 60. Where is the market price? Where is the market price? Look at the location of the market price. Where is the market price? Look at this. Which of these sell options are we supposed to use? All right. Sell stop. Sell stop. The people that said sell limit, why did you say sell limit? Can you give me a reason? Williams, why is it sell limit? Why is it sell limit? The blue mark is what? Is your current market price. For me to tell you sell at 60, it means I'm expecting the market to do what? Get to 60 and come all the way down to what? Take profit. I told you green is what? Take profit. This is it, right? Order is placed below the market price and the market keeps coming down. Sell stop. This is exactly what I did, right? Order is placed below the market price and the market keeps coming down. Sell stop, right? So don't make that mistake next time. So now, look at this now. Right, so let me see who's actually smart. What do you guys think I'm supposed to do here? This is where my TP is. This is where my stop loss is. What am I supposed to do here? I'm not going to tell you if it's a buy or a sell, right? I just want to see the smart people. What am I supposed to do here? Red is stop loss, TP is green. What am I supposed to do? Current market price is here. Who is going to give me the correct answer I want? Chibroma, correct. Kingsley, correct. Buy limit, right? Those of you saying buy are saying I should enter a buy from here. Those of you saying buy are saying I should enter what? Buy from here. That's wrong. Entry is here. I'm looking at the market to do what? Come down first before what? Buying. Buy limit, not buy, right? Look at it. Order placed below price and price then goes up. This is buy limits. So please don't make that mistake of what? Of entering a buy immediately because you saw what? You saw TP at the top. Now that's going to be very wrong, right? So now I'm just going to do one more example and we are going to call it, I think we're going to leave this. All right, so All right, so what are we actually looking at? What are we actually looking at? Who can tell me what we're doing? By looking at this, what are we supposed to take? By looking at this, what are we supposed to take? Right? Buy stock. What does buy stock mean? The order is placed above the price and price keeps going up, right? So the order is placed above the price, and what happens? The price gets to the order and price keeps going up till it hits take profit. Buy stock. So now I want to believe that everybody understands pending orders. So let's have somebody share screen, right? And we're actually going to like take an example on from one of these signal channels. We'll just look for any one of them. And yeah, maybe we'll try out this commodities delta. We're going to try out this trade signal, right? So I don't know, I need one Android, one iOS. So if you know you're willing to do that, please, it must be your demo account, right? It must be your demo account, right? I have Android, okay. Oladmeji, okay. Samsung, perfect. So it must be, I'm gonna see, Forex, US oil. All right. So this is exactly what we're looking at. So they told us oil, right? And the buy limit price is what? So for both buy stop and buy limit, the SL is below current market price, right? Exactly, yes. If you're buying, the market price is where the market is supposed to go up for a buy. So you always have your SL below market price, no matter what, right? Then for SL, for sell, stop, yeah, the market is always above, yes, because the market is supposed to sell, it's supposed to drop. So if the market is going above instead, your stop loss is supposed to prevent you from losing more money, right? So oil buy limit price is what? 105.28, right? Let's just do this real quick before 105.28 is all the way down, right? Right, 105.28. Let me set coordinates to 105.28. That's my entry, right? Stop loss, I'm going to use red, right? Red is what? Stop loss. So stop loss is what? 104.5. So that's exactly what I'm doing, right? 104.5. This is my stop loss, right? Take profit is going to be what? They gave me take profit as 109.08, right? 109.08. 109.08. Now, guys, we are looking at the live market, right? So this is it. This is exactly what it should look like, right? This is exactly what it should look like. This is where the market is currently, right? They've told you to buy from 105.28, right? 105.28 is far from where the market is. So the educator expects that the market is going to do what? It's going to come down to your entry before coming back up, right? This is exactly what was given to us, right? Market is closed. Yeah, you can still set it once the market opens, right? So this is exactly what we're looking at. So I'm going to permit, let me see participants. We're almost 80. Some people have left the call. Wonderful. So who's going to share first? Oladmeji, where are you? Right, Oladmeji, I'll make you co-host so you can actually share your screen. All right, so if I just made you co-host, so you can actually share screen, and let's all try it out together, right? So every other person watching, right, you can also try it out, right? So go to your MT4. Now, the first thing you're supposed to do, we all know, right, is to check the quotes page. Do you have the currency pair that was called out on your quotes page? If you don't have US oil on your quotes page, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to add US oil, right? So for you to add that, top right, you can see the plus button, exactly. So if you don't know what category US oil belongs to, it belongs to energy, right? But you can also type it there, right? Where it says find symbols, you can just use US oil. All right, so once you click that, you have it there, select on it, click on it. US oil, click on it. Have you done that? So go back to your quotes page. Now let's check, it should be at the bottom. All right, so click that. Click on US oil. So open charts, or you can click on new order, right? For, okay, so like I said, okay, just go back to your chart. Just go back to your chart. Let me actually show you guys what I'm talking about. Open chart. So guys, look at this, right? Look at this. So you can see that they told us to enter buy limit at 105.28. Where's the market at? Like, where's the market currently? Market is around 106.669. Now, I'm going to teach you guys something, right? I'm going to teach you guys something. Click on the plus button, top right, extreme right, like you want to take a trade. Like you want to take the trade. Top right, exactly, fine. So now, guys, if you're using an Android phone, look at the bottom, right? You can see sell by market, you can see buy by market. Now on your screen, you're going to see that we have two prices, right? 106.466, and we also have 106.669. Now, a lot of people will be confused. Which one is the price I'm supposed to be looking at, right? I'm sure a lot of people are confused. Which one is the price I'm supposed to be looking at? Now, if you're using your Android devices, right, the number directly above the buy by market is your buy price, right? That's the price you're supposed to be looking at. So in the normal sense, you're only supposed to enter this as a market execution if this number above your buy by market is close to the entry given. Let's say this number was around 105.282. I would have clicked on market execution. I would have just entered buy by market straight up and come back and set stop loss and take profit, right? But in this case, we still have the market at 106.669. So I can't enter a market execution now. So what I do is, where you have market execution, if you click on that, you're going to see a drop-down menu of all different orders. So you can see buy limit, right? I click on buy limit, and at the bottom where it says price, that is where you're putting your entry price, right? And you need to be careful, right? Your lot size is very important, right? Because I can see your lot size as 2.10. You need to make sure it's the appropriate lot size you want to use. So 0.01, all right. So where it says price at the bottom, set that to be 105.28. 105.28. So to the left-hand side, you have this red bracket, right? Red signifies what? Stop loss. You should know. So your stop loss is 104.500, right? Then your take profit is 109.080. 109.080. Now, look at the place button. What's the time? I think the market is closed, actually. So if you try to place this, it's not going to place because the market is currently closed. But I need you guys to understand that this is exactly how to actually place your trade. So once you do this, you're going to see the place button at the bottom is going to highlight, right? You're going to see it show black like this. Place is going to show black. Now, let me show you something, right? Let me show you something. Ola, I need you to put your stop loss, your take profit number as, put your take profit number as 104.400. Put your take profit number as take profit, not stop loss, the right hand side. I want to show you something. 104.400. Now, what did you notice? Your place button is not highlighted black. This is just to show you that you're doing something wrong, right? Your stop loss is 104.500. If the market is buying, your take profit is supposed to be above. So now what we have here is the take profit is now below the stop loss, right? It only shows that you're making a mistake. So if you're making a mistake, you're not going to have that place button. But if you actually type in the correct parameters, 109.080, you're actually going to see that your place button is going to come back. So I need you to try 109.080. 109.080. You can actually see it's back because 109.080 is above market price, right? Anywhere below the market price, you can't set your TP if you're buying, right? The TP has to be above. So if you have everything set up like this, what you're supposed to do is just click on place. And that is how to set a pending order, right? So I saw a question, how do you enter for TP2? Now, TP2, if they gave you TP1, they give you TP2, what you're supposed to do is what? Set up your parameters for TP1. Let's say 109.080 was for TP1. Now, the next thing, if you want to set for TP2, you're doing the same thing again, right? Same entry price, same stop loss. The only thing that changes is what? The value for take profit. So if you wanted to say your take profit is 111.000, it's still correct, right? That's your second take profit point. The only thing that changes is what? Take profit value. So after you place for TP1, right, you place a second buy limit order, and that becomes what? Your TP2. Now, is there anybody that has a question? Does everybody understand? Is it straightforward? Android people, the people using Android devices, hope it's clear, right? Hope it's clear. Hope we all understand. Hope we all understand. Right, market is closed, so try again later on, like just try to place it. Like when the market opens, I think maybe from 11, you can be able to try it again. Right, for now, market is closed, so just allow it be. So everybody understood this, Abby? How can we enter? Okay. All right. So since everybody understood setting it on the Android device, now I need one person that uses an iPhone. Let's do the same thing over there. So thanks so much, Ola, for sharing screen. Right. If you use an iPhone, Christabel, can you share? Okay, let me make you. Christabel, do you want to share your screen? Do you have MT4 set up already? Oh, okay, don't worry. Moin, okay, let me look for Moin. Christabel, we're going to do yours. Don't worry, I'll hop on Zoom. I'll help you share that. Create your, what do you call it? MT4 or MT5. All right, so Moin, you can share your screen. You can share your screen. You can share your screen. All right, so just go to your MetaTrader. Let's do the same thing. So yeah, okay, push that to the side. So guys, same thing. Once you come to your quotes page, if you check your quotes page, the currency called out, if it's not here, right, you can equally add it, right? So what you want to do is to the top right, you're going to see that plus sign, that plus button. You click on the plus button at the top right. right? So you have the search tab there. You can actually search US oil. Just type it, right? Search US oil, US oil, right? You can see it there. So click on the green plus sign to add it to your quotes page. All right, so click on cancel. Let's go back to your quotes page now. All right, so if you scroll to the bottom, you see it at the bottom, right? So click on US oil, click on trade. Now, so like I said, right, you have a list of orders, right? It's a drop-down menu. It's not just because you're seeing market execution, you feel that's the only thing there. Because I know somebody was asking, oh, where is the buy limit and sell limit? I only have market execution. No, click on market execution and you're going to see order pending orders, right? So click on buy limits. Since they told us take a buy limit, you click on buy limits. All right, so you need to be careful. Your lot size, it has to be the lot size that is valid for your account size, 0.01 or 0.02, right? So the entry price is 105.280. 105.280. That's your entry price. Stop loss is 104.500. Now your take profit is 109.080. Exactly, just like this. So if you're using an iOS device, you're using an iPhone, right? This is how to set your pending order. So once you're done with that, once you're setting it right, you're going to see the place button is already highlighted blue. It means you're setting it right, right? If you have your pending orders wrong, right, you're not going to have your place button highlighted blue. I think it's just going to be black. Okay, let's try it out. Set your take profit to 104.000. Let's see what happens to the place button. Look at it. It's highlighted ash, right? Because you have one of the parameters wrong. So if you set it back to the correct thing, you have it highlighted as blue. And that is exactly how to set it, right? 080. So once you click on place, it's supposed to place the order for you, right? If you click on place, it's supposed to place the order for you, but the market is closed. So you can't actually place it once the market is open again. So that's how to set pending orders for Android devices. That's how to set for iPhones. Is there anybody that has a question? If you have a question, you can ask your question. And so I can stop recording. At least I'm glad everybody understands it. Then I send the recording out to you guys. So is there any question? Does anybody have a question? Is there any question? Does anybody have a question? All right, so if everybody understood, just drop a yes, drop a 1. Let me be sure everybody got it right. Right, I need to be sure everybody got it right. Right, understood. So Zikora Mouse, right, what I'm going to do is another day I'm going to talk about sell stop limit, buy stop limit, right? Those kind of pending orders are used for like when you're expecting a break, close, and retest. Yeah, that's when those kind of orders come in. But for now, I think everybody should just be conversant with the normal buy limit, buy stop, sell limit, and sell stop. Right? Maybe within the week I can do another short, very, very short training on how to use those other ones. Right. So everybody understood everything. So that is okay. So I can stop recording like right now.